All right, welcome back. A local organization is providing books to economically disadvantaged children in many cases. Joining me now to tell you all about the Black Book Project is Meredith McKinney. Meredith, it's wonderful having you here.
Thank you so much,
You
Neil.
are a teacher. You've been around kids your entire life. You know the importance of literacy in our young people, and starting the earlier the better, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So how did this project come about?
So initially, it started, I sit on the board of directors for Bookem, which is a local nonprofit, and they provide books for economically disadvantaged children in the Nashville area. And I noticed in the work that there were not a large variety of books that represented the highest population of children served, which were African American children. And so that's how the idea started, that children need to be able to see themselves represented in literature.
And when a child is starting out in their literacy journey, their reading journey, being able to immerse yourself in the character's life is so important to keep them attached to that literature, correct?
Absolutely. I remember as a young child my mother was a school teacher, but I remember as a young child taking brown crayons and coloring characters in books brown with black hair because they look like me. And so I believe wholeheartedly that children still want to be able to see themselves represented in books that they read.
So how hard was it initially, you started 3 years ago, to even identify books with black kids and brown kids as main characters, or just characters that you want the kids identify with?
So to date, only 12% of children's books that are published contain African American characters. And so initially, while there's not a huge pool of books, there is a lot more than initially it was years ago. And so really thinking about and trying to get intentional about the books that we identified, it's not impossible, but it takes a little bit of time to go through and identify those books. And once we did, we just got them rolling in.
And you identify the kids to distribute books to, but they also come to you as well, right?
Yes. So nonprofits, churches, Metro Nashville Public Schools, we donate books to them, some of those schools that request it, and then some of the schools that don't, that we understand that there is a need for additional reading and resources. We provide the books there at those schools, and also nonprofits, churches, and other community organizations that request them as well.
So I know this is your third year, so you really have 2 years under your belt.
Yes.
Do you feel an impact? Are you making a difference? Do you feel like you're moving the stone, to say?
Absolutely. We have more and more organizations and more individuals reaching out, asking how can they support, how can they help. I think people are really starting to recognize that there's a need for this and really like supporting in all the ways that they can. And so I think that right now is a pivotal point where people are really starting to understand how important this piece is.
All right, so you make it real easy for us to donate, don't you?
Absolutely.
There's no excuses here.
No excuses. We eliminate all excuses.
Oh, look, you have a barcode even.
Yes.
Even a Newsmaker could do that.
I love it. Absolutely, yes. And the books will be sent directly to Bookem. And and then at the end of the month, hopefully we'll reach our 5,000 goal.
You started out with rather just kind of, solid goals, but they weren't that high. And you just keep beating it every year, right? You just get more and more. People are starting to identify with your mission.
Absolutely. It's just grown and grown. The biggest partner to date we had was the LeBron James Family Foundation. They donated 500 books to the Black Book Project. So people are really starting to attach to it and really see the significance of it.
Well, we hope you can get on board with this, because you're only doing the collection through the end of the month, so we're running out of time here daily. Thanks for coming and tell us about it.
Thank you so much, Neil.
Good luck with your mission there. It's really,
I appreciate
it's really kind of neat.
Thank you.
All right, and by the way, if you are interested in helping and you didn't get that code right there on the screen, you can look up this segment on our website, WKRN.com. Just replay the Newsmaker tab and it will pop up. Once again, we have the other information scrolling there as well.